Welcome to Comics with Dan, and I'm going to be reviewing Pale Knight #1. So, as a fan of Peter Milligan's Human Target series from the DC Vertigo imprint, anything Milligan warrants at least me checking it out. Recently, Milligan wrote Profane, a comic from Boom Studios, which was like a crime story about this scrying, fortune-telling detective. And 2 issues in, I really wasn't feeling it. The dialogue was really very clunky, and I kind of thought that I was going to like it when I first picked it up, but ended up just not doing it for me. So I didn't continue it any further. Now we come to The Pale Knight, also another Milligan book. A story about knights in the 13th century, usually a little later in the medieval times. The King Arthur, that sort of in the Knights of the Round Table, that took place around like the 5th or 6th century, or at least that's around when most of those stories would take place. But this is closer to around like when Robin Hood would have taken place in the 12th or 13th century. And so it's set right around the Black Plague, which the Pale Knight focuses very heavily on the sort of the culture surrounding the Black Plague, how people believed that it was caused from God's anger. They believed that if you were in good standing with God, that you would be safe from the plague. There's even a mention that Jewish sorcery was a cause of the plague, which is a wild one that I had never heard before. But that's definitely mentioned in this book, and I thought that was pretty crazy. This is all to set up the desperation of the situation, particularly for Sir Hugh de Grey. He's our protagonist in this Pale Knight comic series. He is the Pale Knight. Interestingly, the solicitation for this book tells a lot about it. It really tells the plot of the full issue. It still feels like the issue itself had a lot to say, and a lot of building to do, but you can get basically what you expect in terms of story out of the solicitation. You have Sir Hugh de Grey, he's the Pale Knight, and he basically makes a deal with death to spare the lives of his family from the Black Death. Sir Hugh is depicted as a man of morals who has gone through the brutal realities of war, and he's feeling the guilt that comes along with that. This doesn't mean that he's made all the right choices. He's not presented as someone who is necessarily, a man in perfect standing. He's not a man that is even necessarily admirable, but he definitely feels the impact of all the choices that he's made in the past and how they're impacting his present. I love how Milligan really focuses on Sir Hugh in the beginning of this story, and really cuts to the chase in regards to the plot and what we can expect for the rest of the series, which is Sir Hugh going on his mission that has been decreed by death. This was definitely a setup issue. It was a good setup issue because we get a lot of character work right off the bat. And we can then expect the remaining 5 issues to really focus on the story of where Sir Hugh is going and what he has to do to make sure that his family's safe. Incredible and intricate pencils from Val Rodrigues. I found that styles that I enjoy can involve either a lot of inking to sort of emphasize the shadows or involve very light inking to allow the pencils to really do the heavy lifting. Rodrigues definitely does the latter of those two. I was initially a little thrown by like the rounded heads that Rodrigues uses, but I got used to that very quickly and was able to instead focus on the incredible detail that Rodrigues worked into his work. Particularly the way that Rodrigues drew death, which I am not actually at liberty to show those images. But you'll be able to check them out when you pick up the book, or you can go to Rodrigues' Instagram, and he's posted them there. So you can definitely check those out. I'm not able to put them in this video here, but I'll put a link to Rodrigues' Instagram in the description. Cris Peter's colors are really well done. I really appreciate the flatness of the colors used, and it feels a little more retro, and it really connects with Rodrigues' pencils. And again, I really wanted to highlight the way that death was colored and the surrounding colors, kind of using like a purplish, pinkish hue, which in a video that I had done with Frederick Horning, the horror artist, kind of highlighted the idea of using pink and purple, those sort of more playful colors when it comes to horror. And I think that Cris Peter here does that perfectly, and really kind of highlights the ability to use those more bright colors in horror to still depict something kind of menacing and scary. Dave Sharpe's letters have grown on me quite a bit, in the more of his work that I've seen. I've never really disliked his work, but I've always felt that he could be, a little more bold and take some more chances, change it up a little bit. Well, I think he definitely changes it up here. So the lettering for death, again, I'm not able to show it, but the lettering for death is really a really unique font, and I like that a lot. And I really love the scroll narration boxes that he uses. I think that that's such a nice touch, and it really fits the theme of the book very well. Overall, a really great issue. Honestly, one that I was kind of surprised by. The preview pages don't do the book complete justice, so I was very happy to see that the rest of the issue was very solid. So if the preview pages don't necessarily speak to you, I still recommend giving it a try because the preview pages didn't necessarily pull me all the way in, but I still wanted to just check it out. And the rest of the book, I think, is significantly better, and the story is really the strong point in this, and the setup is the strong point. So but those parts aren't necessarily coming through in the preview pages. So definitely check out the book itself. I ended up giving this 4.5 out of 5 stars on League of Comic Geeks. So the Pale Knight #1, that's from Mad Cave Studios. It's in shops this Wednesday, May 28th. Price point of $4.99, or you can go to Mad Cave's website and do the digital single issues and trade paperback subscription, where you get the digital issues in your inbox every month when they come out. And then when the trade paperback's available, they mail it to you. I think it's such a great bargain. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please make sure that you like the video, make sure that you subscribe, check out my other videos here, and thank you so much for watching.